Okay guys, I'm going to attempt to show you how to do a magic cast on. So we have the yarn with the tail. You're going to hold it exactly like you would for a long tail cast on, except opposite. The tail is going to go over your index finger and the working yarn over your thumb, whereas with a long tail cast on, the tail is on your thumb and the working yarn is on top. So what you're going to do is, first of all, hold your two needles together, and you're going to just slip this around the top needle. So basically all you're doing is slipping it around. There's no knot, there's nothing like that. And then to make the first stitch on the bottom needle, you're just going to wrap the top yarn around the outside and then in between the two needles. And you'll see the stitch on the bottom needle. And you're going to go ahead and continue like this, wrapping the bottom yarn around the top needle from the outside, top yarn around the bottom needle, bottom yarn around the top needle, top around the bottom, and keep doing this until you have the number of stitches that you want. Usually for socks on a size 1 needle, I'll do 12 to 14 stitches depending on my gauge. And then once you've gotten as many stitches as you want on your needles, you're going to turn it around, and you're actually going to take the working yarn around the outside, and you're basically all you're doing on the back is you're crossing the working yarn with the tail, and that's just to kind of trap the tail inside. And then go ahead and hold your working yarn on top, pull out your bottom needle, and just work those top stitches just like you normally would. Usually helps to kind of hold the tail a little bit tight on that very first stitch so it doesn't come too loose. And then once you've worked the top row, you're just going to flip it around, pull the needle out, and then pull the bottom needle and turn it around. And on this very first row, on the second side, you're going to need to work these stitches through the back loops because they're all going to be backwards. So just make sure you do this first row just on the second side through the back loops to make sure all your stitches are going to be straight. And then with socks, I do my increase rounds every other round, and basically I'll just knit one, increase by doing a make one, knit to the last stitch, make one, and then knit the last one. Same on the other side, and just do that every other round until it's the size that you need for your sock. And hopefully that helps with the magic cast on.